Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Nate here with 7 Run Aquatics. Just wanted to bring you guys a little bit of a mid to towards the end of the week update on the fish room and just kind of what's going on with the fry and some of the happenings that I've had go on this week. I apologize in advance if I seem a little tired. I had a 10-hour day at work, which for some of you I know isn't very long, but still, you know, it was exhausting. I'm on my feet all day. And had to run a bunch of errands after that, and just got in the door here at about 9:30 at night. But you know, just fed everybody and figured I'd give you guys a quick update. I know I'm doing the Episto of the Week on Sundays. I do have a couple ideas bouncing around still in my head about what I want to do as far as a midweek video, which I'm thinking of doing on Thursday. That's one of my least busy days. So if you want to see maybe like a just fish room updates, and then we can do that would be things like, you know, me doing water changes and how I do my water changes, and maybe a discussion about RO units and RODI units and the science behind that, and if there's any DIY projects I'm doing, I can do that on the fish room update videos as well. So just let me know in the comment section below what you guys want to see as far as a midweek video. We'll see if that kind of coincides with what I'm thinking, and then I'll make an announcement in a future video, maybe on an Episto of the Week update or something. But let's go ahead. I'm sitting here behind the some of the fry tanks, and yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at everybody and see what's going on. Alright, and we're back. So here by now, if you stuck around with me for the duration of my channel so far, you know that this is my Pistogramma cockatoides biotope tank, and not really much has been going on with these guys. I did add some Brazilian pennywort to just kind of float around. It makes it look a little more natural. It makes the Epistos feel a little more comfortable, and I just like the plant in general. The Beckford Spencerfish, doing great as always. There's still 5 of them in there. I've probably had them almost 2 years now. Getting kind of afraid as to how much life they really have left in them. But getting fish out of this tank, if they die or killed for whatever reason, is probably pretty difficult. I've never had anything die in this tank though. And we're not getting any spawning activity out of these guys. I really don't know why. The female's always yellow. They're always chasing each other around. But just nothing really comes of it. Sometimes she'll lay eggs, but she just eats them, or they're infertile. I'm thinking of getting another female, or maybe a female or 2. Try maybe a trio and see if I can get some eggs that way. But that batch of cockatoides fry that I have, and I've had for a long time now, has been the only successful batch that I've really gotten out of this guy. I liked my female that I had before a lot better. My male is still freaking awesome. Don't know if you can catch him back there. Probably a little bit. He stays in the dark for the most part of the day. I feel like he's just slowly turning into a nocturnal fish because he never comes out. But he's really beautiful, I promise. So let's go ahead and sit down in my little chair here, and you'll notice something immediately about my Winklefleck tank, that there is no male in there, and I'm really sad to say that my male Winklefleck unfortunately passed. I believe it was due to some cross-contamination between some of the work tanks, and you know, getting that water on my hands and then getting into my tanks. I do wash my hands and, you know, use alcohol sterilizer when I leave work. I don't know if I just forgot one day or I just didn't do it well enough, but something was introduced into this tank, and pretty sure it was a bacterial infection that kind of led to a secondary columnaris deal going on. I started treating, but unfortunately I think I diagnosed a little too late. So I'm either going to wait until these fry grow out and see if I can get a pair out of them, or I'll just get another male from Chance Perugini at the Cichlid Garden. But other than that, the batch of fry in here and mom are doing really well. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the fry. Oh, there they are. I really like the way these fry look. Like, I mean, I know they look like regular generic Apisto fry to a lot of people, but they have a yellowish tint to them, and it's kind of interesting because most of them are just a clear, transparent kind of white color. And these guys have a little yellow tint to them right from the get-go, so that's kind of cool about them. I can't really tell how big the batch is. I've counted like 25, 30, but there's always 1 or 2 or 10 popping out from somewhere that I didn't see before, and then I lose track of my count. So the only way I'm really going to be able to tell is when I pull these guys away from mom in a few weeks. But I'd imagine it's somewhere in the 30 to 40 range. So now if we go down, let's see if I can do this gracefully here. Let my chair down. This is the McMaster Eye tank. Everything's pretty much the same in here. The Ember Tetras are doing well. They're cornered between mom and dad. These little fish are just absolutely terrorized, and I feel awful for them. But they're in there and they're doing their job, so that's the important thing, and they do get fed well. I'm really happy to have them. Ember Tetras are absolutely a fantastic dither fish, and maybe I'll do a couple videos on great dithered fish for Apistogrammas, because I definitely feel like that's something that needs attention and that doesn't get talked about a lot. You can see Dad kind of going after him right there. I think he really just does it for fun sometimes. This pair is just fantastic. They do, you know, have their little squabbles here and there, but no damage is ever done, and for the most part, he's a really good dad. He keeps the Ember Tetras away for the most part, and she definitely does. She's a little fireball, and I really enjoy having this pair. He's just turning into an absolute beast as far as his colors go. I don't know if I can zoom in well enough and have the image be well. Ooh, we got a yawn there too. I love getting yawns. But he is just a fantastic looking fish, if you can see him well. Their tank isn't as well lit as I'd like it to be. But yeah, everything in this tank's doing well. The fry, I don't know if we're going to be able to see them. But they are in there. You can kind of see them. It might be a little grainy. But the fry are doing extremely well. They're on a diet of Southern Delight powdered small cichlid food. And I'm really happy with the results I'm getting with that. I was using some frozen brine shrimp for all the fry, but I ran out of that, and just haven't got a chance to get some more. Normally I'd raise live brine shrimp, but I don't know. I feel like if they're eating the Southern Delight powder food, honestly, it's a lot healthier than even the brine shrimp. So yeah, the fry are getting really good growth, and I'm happy with everything in this tank. The Java moss, I've been adding some, I don't know, I picked up this Seachem Excel ish, I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but Seachem-like stuff at a Capital Cichlid Association meeting a little while back, and since I ran out of Excel, I don't even really dose fertilizer in these tanks, but since I ran out of Excel, I just put a little drop of this like Japanese stuff in here. It's a liquid CO2 supplement, and the Java moss seems to be responding really well to it. And I really want to have a lot of Java moss because it's a great place for infusoria to grow that the fry eat. It's a great place for them to hide, and it's a good place for mom and the fry to go to, just to kind of get away from everybody. But yeah, the McMaster Eye tank, as I've said probably 1,000 times now, doing really well, and I'm really happy with it. So let's go and move on over to the Agassiz tank, which is perpetually dirty no matter how much I clean it, despite the fantastic water quality that I keep in this tank. The female, you can see, is still really beat up from when the male was in here. I think I said in a couple videos back that he committed suicide and jumped out of the tank. I really need to get like some polycarbonate or glass lids on these tanks, because some of these fish are just skittish in their jumpers, and My female Oxyzi is a boss, and she likes to kick everybody pretty much out of the tank or just out of the way when she has fry. Speaking of fry, they're doing really well. You can see a couple on my moving bed filter back there. They're my little DIY thing. There's a lot of videos on how to make those moving bed filters. If you'd like to see my take on it, let me know in the comments and I can show you how to make a moving bed filter, because they're really great. It's really good filtration in my opinion. A little fry out there in the middle, but really great filtration. I've been running that thing forever. It's probably really well seated. I was fortunate enough to have a good friend give me some K1 coldness media to run in these things. It was cycled when I got it, which is really nice, and other than making a bunch of noise, which you can cut down on with a little better drilling than I did, it's a fantastic filter. Again, Java moss growing really well in here, but probably can't tell that much because of all the particulate matter kind of floating around. And we will go over to the ooh, that's bad lighting. Let's see if I can get a better angle. That might be a little better. But we have the pretty much all female Cockatoides tank. They're all doing superb. I love these fish so much. I've really grown to have kind of an attachment to them, and you know, I don't want to almost get rid of them. I've said that before, and I'll say it again. These little girls are just amazing. There might be one male in here. That's a really prominent female right there. But if I had maybe a little better lighting, maybe if I move the light up a little closer, we can get a better look. Doesn't really seem like it, but yeah, these females are just great, and there might be one male in there, like I said. That one right there may be male, but the dorsal finnage doesn't lend itself to that being a male. It might just be a really colorful female, in which case that might be a nice female to breed when she gets older. But yeah, all these fish doing really well growing up, and if you need some female Epistogramma Cockatoides, hit me up, because they're definitely for sale. And if you have any questions, just go to my Facebook page, 7-Water Aquatics, and we can kind of chat about it there. But now, just for the last main part of the tour, we have my Corydoras guppy, female guppy beta tank, betta tank. This is where I was trying to treat the male Winklefleck, who unfortunately, like I said, didn't make it. I had taken everyone out of here, and I was treating with Furion 2, Praziquantel, and then other ones eluding me. Not Metroplex, but I think it was Metroplex. I'm not sure, but he was getting the gauntlet of medication for anything bacterial and anything fungal. Despite the fact that fungal diseases don't even really show up in aquaria very often, a lot of times fungal diseases are bacterial diseases in disguise, and it's just bad diagnosis, and I don't want to say husbandry, but it's plain bad diagnosis to say that something's fungal when it's not. And if you do get something fungal, odds are it's because it's a secondary thing due to a bacterial infection, and a suppressed immune system lent itself to the fish then getting something fungal. But it's very rare, like I said, that any fish will just get something fungal from the get-go. But anyway, that's my little spiel. We have our male betta here. My nephew's betta that he never pays any attention to, that I just have kind of in this tank. We have our female guppy. They're kind of pals. They hang out all the time. Funny story. I got a lot of these tanks from a nice gentleman down in Virginia, and this female guppy just kind of came as part of the deal. She just was in one of the tanks, and I didn't even know she was there. And she's a trooper. I mean, she's just been in this tank for forever now, and she's she's turned into a really pretty fish. Like, I mean, as far as, you know, female guppies go, she's got a great body form. Not a lot of color, but she's a good-looking fish otherwise. The Corridor's cats are doing well. Haven't really done anything to try to breed them. Don't really have interest in it. And honestly, I'm thinking of just taking some of the fish out of the show tank in the other room and then putting these Cory cats in there. Just because I don't feel like it's fair to them to live, you know, their entire life in a what was meant to be just a breeding setup. But I forgot, we actually had to pan back over here to go to the Atahualpa tank. Let me get out of the picture here, got the glare. I love my male Atahualpa, guys. I mean, the dorsal rays on him are just, they're amazing. Just look at this guy. I mean, and he's not even colored up. I literally just flipped the lights on just for this video. And I mean, he's posing for this video so well, which he never does. He's always, you know, in one of the huts or hiding behind the filter, and I doubt he's going to be out here this long. But maybe he's just pissed off or something because he doesn't like the camera. I don't know, or his female's up there, so he could potentially try to be showing off to her. But these fish are great. I'm kind of getting some pseudo spawning activity out of them, and I really, really want to get some Atahualpa fry at some point or another. But other than that, everything in the fish room is going well. Like I said earlier, the male Winklefleck didn't do so hot, but that's not going to get me down, and we're just going to keep on steaming ahead here. I think the next Episto, just as a quick update for you guys, I'm probably getting Epistogram ortegii, which is arguably one of the most beautiful Epistos in the whole aquarium hobby as far as Epistogramma go. And I'm really looking forward to potentially showing you guys that fish. But anyway, this is kind of getting a little long-winded, and I'll go ahead and end it here. So with all of that said, I'm Nate with 7 Run Aquatics. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment in the comment section below with all your thoughts, and subscribe and share. And we'll see you guys in the next episode on Sunday with the Episto of the Week. Later.